Hi, it's Ted from The Devil's in the Detail. As you can see this week, we've got a job come from the body shop. Everything except the roof has been painted, and now it's been wet flatted all over, and to some degree. As you can see, there's some obvious marks where they've had to nib some, I suppose, particles of dirt or something out of it. But it's my job now to get this back up to the standard of OEM, and partly doing it as a favour. I think I've shot myself in the foot, but we have to help each other out occasionally. So I've started already, and I've done the bonnet to the finish that I want, and I've just started the bumper headlight. I'm going to work my way around the front bumper before I hit the sides, but I wanted to show you how the bonnet has come out. Get some polish marks off. And the bonnets took me about 3 hours to do. Might be a little bit longer. Needed 3 stages of polishing. There was some quite bad sanding marks in the bonnet that I've had to get out. And that's part and parcel of the body shop, I'm afraid. But just got to get the rest of it like that, and then their customer should be well happy. Supposed to have this done in 2 days, got no chance. But there we have it, a complete respray. It's wet flatted. It could have done with standing for another couple of days before I polished it. The paint is not quite really hard enough. I mean, it is polishing up. Whether it'll sink or not overnight and show some of the sanding marks through, I'll check it tomorrow, because this is part of what can happen. If you start polishing a car before it's ready, it can sink. So, but I'll show you tomorrow and see if anything's sunk, so I can show you the difference. But just thought I'd show. You can see the amount of sanding that this thing's had. They haven't sanded it how I would have prepped it, but it's not my job, so I just have to put it right for them. So there we have it. A nice little job to keep me busy for a few days, or longer, who knows. Right, I'll see you tomorrow sometime. Just thought I'd show some of the progress in where we're getting to on this van. There's a lot of cutting, still a lot of refining that'll have to be done, but we're slowly cutting our way around the van. Going to do this door, but I'm doing the top end at the moment, and this is what it looks like as you're cutting it. This is in no way a finished position yet. This has just had 4 sets with the orbital, with Menzana 300 heavy cut. You actually don't leave that many marks. It's a very good compound. I used 400 before, but I thought I'd try this one, and I'm quite happy with the way it's working. So I'm going to get on with it and continue to cut the panels. I'm going to do the top end, and then later on, when I feel a bit knackered, I can sit down and do the lower end. So there's method in some of my madness, but not a lot. But it's showing promise, and I'm sure by the time I'm finished it'll look glorious. I better get on with it. It's supposed to be going out. Well, it should have gone out last Friday, but I was supposed to get the car last Tuesday, and I only got it yesterday, so I can only do what I can do. And if they want a good job, they'll have to wait. So there you are, I'll show you a bit more later. Lots going on with this van, but you can see we've got some issues with the flatting from the body shop here that needs sorting out before I polish the rest of it. I've had to work loads of them out, but I'm not working that out. They can do it. But we're getting there. Calipers are being done while I'm polishing. So this is all ready. I've still got this side to polish. Slow going, this job is. But basically it's from all these, I don't know if you could see the light spots. It's where they haven't flatted, and they've nibbed them but haven't flatted the rough marks out properly. So it's causing me grief trying to cut it back. I've managed to save this panel. And it's starting to look okay. But it's up to me to make their job look good. I'm sure it will by the time I'm finished. It just takes a lot of time when you're encountering that sort of preparation. Not very good. Told them never bring me another one like this again. Prep it properly if you want me to work on it. Should have prepped it myself. But like all body shops, they're going to pay somebody else to prep something. Right, I'll get on. I'm doing the back doors now while they're doing the calipers. So I started polishing around the back door, so I can get on with some while they're painting them. See you later. Here's a quick look at how things are progressing. I'm back on this door now. As you can see, the body shop have been round and nibbed some of the bits of dirt out, and they've done some here but walked away without doing that. So although the top of everything has been done, this rear quarters finished, the one back door finished. I'm going to get on and now try and complete this door, and if I have to tomorrow I'll flat this myself because I can't keep waiting, it's slowing me down. The only good thing now is the paint's hard enough for me to use the rotary, which speeds things up trying to cut the paint back, because to be honest it's not the best finish in the world, as you could probably tell. You can't really tell when I show you the flatted areas, but it's not the best finish I've ever seen. And I'm not going to blame perfection, because this was a guest painter that painted this. So what I'm basically trying to do is improve it. I mean, it looks more like OEM finish. And it's a damn sight better than the finish that was really off the gun. To be fair, if Perfection had painted it, it probably would have looked better straight off the gun, but it is what it is, and we're getting on doing it, but it's gonna look nice when it's done. So there we are. I'll show you tomorrow the progress. I'm gonna try and get this door done before I finish for the evening, and then that'll leave that panel to do tomorrow. I can start knuckling down to the other side of the vehicle. Well, thanks for watching these, if you have been watching them, and I'm sure at the end of it it'll look lovely, because it won't leave here unless it does. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. You might notice that I've been using a wool mop there, and the reason I'm doing it is because this is such a flat panel. If I was to use foam to try and cut some of these flatting marks out, basically what would happen, the heat would build up that quick with a foam pad that the panel would start distorting with the heat, and I'd have to keep stopping. using the wool to knock the flatting marks down, the wool runs a lot cooler and for longer. So like I put my hand on here, there's no heat. If I'd have done foam, I wouldn't be able to hold my hand on it. So that's the reason you see me use the foam, and then at the wool. And what I'll do, once the flatting marks are gone, I'll be running it over again with a medium firm foam pad and then a foam finishing pad. The finish is coming up quite well off the wool, as you can probably see, but it does leave lots of little hair marks off the wool. This is supposed to be a fine finishing wool pad, but it still leaves little tiny drag marks from the hair, but we'll get them out with a foam, but we won't have to spend as much time and build up the heat to start refining it back. Just thought I'd show a little bit and the reason why we changed for different parts. Like, you know, I wouldn't need to use this big wool on a wing or something like that because of all the curves and catching the edges. You don't really want to be flicking wool over edges of panels too long because it will cut through them. So that's the reason we do it. So I'll see you on the next one, and really pushing to try and get this vehicle finished today. But the body workers have been round this morning and they've been having a mop and they've just left, and to be honest, I'm going to have to go all over the panels they've done again, because that's, I don't know if you can see that from where I am, but that's how they've left it. Telling me how good they are at polishing. So anyway, I'm going to get on because it's I might as well have just done it all myself because they haven't helped in anyway, but at least I got some of the flatting marks out. We've nibbed some more of the imperfections we've found as we've gone along, and to be honest, it's not been the sort of job I expected to be doing on it, because it's supposed to have been prepared properly and it hasn't been. So, but it'll look good when it's done. I'll show you when it's finished. Thanks for watching. I thought I'd just give you an update to show how far we've got today. As you know from earlier, I've just been hindered all day by the body shop lads, but you know, to a degree they have helped. This door that was badly scored with flatting marks, and I've come round, reflatted it, and they've actually polished it, and it looks all right, to be fair. So now we've got bonnet, the wing, door, and this side done, half a bumper, one door, and this door's got to be done. This pillar and the edge of the rear quarter, it's got to be done. The bumper, this side panel that you've seen me using the wool on earlier is in the middle of having a second stage cut. That's coming on okay. The door just got to have a final, and the wing the same. So it actually is getting there. By the end of tomorrow I would expect this to be finished, and then it can be rebuilt. They've had to do some flatting here on the wheel arch. There was some in there, so I've got to put that right. I'll leave that to go off overnight. But no, it's nearly there now. And it should look great outside. What it better do after a week's work. But they ain't half been messy. You can always tell when a bodywork has been. Look at all the spatter. I've already had to clean all the panels off. All the windows covered. They drive you insane. But they're a good bunch of lads. And I'm sure by the time we finished, it'll look great. So onwards and upwards, and I suppose the next update will be when it's actually is finished. Oh, I'll show you the calipers and that there. They're all done. They've come up quite nice. As you can see, all the mouldings and door handles have got to be refitted and whatnot, but that's not my job. That look right. Well, there you go. I'll speak to you tomorrow.